going on, everybody? It's Jude coming to you with another comic book rundown. I'm going to be reading some new comic books this week, but a lot of them are continued serious issues. But before I get into that, let you know I do comic book reviews, film reactions, trailer reviews, trailer reactions, podcasts, commentating, updates, information, all that good stuff. Any recommendations, I'm willing to take them. Leave a comment below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, follow. Join the Discord if you like. It's a new Discord. I'm trying to build a little community. They don't got to be too big, but I want to build a little something, have a little conversation, side stuff going, and activities. And yeah, so let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about some comic books I'm going to be reading this week. Welcome to the new comic book day. I've been reading some series for the last few months, starting some issue series, some volumes. And most of them obviously been Indie and Image and so on and so on. So I'm going to get into this, and I just finished the Predator series of Marvel last week or the week before. Was that last week? Week before. I just finished that. You can check that video out. So if you're interested in reading that, it's a rundown of what I thought about the series. So we're going to get into the first one that I'm going to be reading is Behold Behemoth, issue 3. Now, just to give you a quick rundown of Behold Behemoth, this is from Boom Studios. This is a book about a guy that there was this girl that was having these episodes, and he was a detective, and he had something going on within the family, but then something broke loose, and he was alerted. He came over there, and the house was all destroyed, but he knew what was going on, but no one else did. And it turns out this little girl has something special about her that is, should I reveal it? I don't know. If you want to read this, go ahead and check it out. It's a good book. It's crazy. And just think about the word behemoth when I talk about the little girl. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to be jumping to Plush, issue 3. Plush is from Image Comics. Plush is a colorful, illustrated book, and it's also very graphical and very disturbing and very good at the same time. Just give you a rundown of this book. This is a guy, he had some issues with a ex-wife or fiance, that is. She stepped out on him, slept with a police officer. He had his roommate or friend decided to invite him to this outing where they wear these costumes that look like mascots. They call themselves furries. They went out, got drunk. He put some of the dude's drink in. Anyways, he went out back to kind of get some fresh air and saw something disturbing. Saw another person in the furry, pretty much cannibalism, eating another person. He panicked. He ran to the police station. He gets to the police station, and there it is. His fiance's dad is the sheriff. And then he's like, oh, you want to leave my daughter, so we're gonna make an example out of you. And they start messing with him. They lock him up. Well, anyways, while he's locked up, a furry is looking in the window. He's like, what the hell is going on? The furry breaks into the police station. Well, I don't know about break in, just kind of walks in and does some very disturbing stuff in that police station. But that's where I'm going to leave it at that. So if you're interested in that, it is a very crazy, very good, colorful, very graphical adult book. Do not let your kids read it, even though it looks cool. Moving to the next one is Junkyard Joe, issue 4. Junkyard Joe, issue 4. Junkyard Joe is good so far. Junkyard Joe, just to give you a rundown, Junkyard Joe is issue 1 was starting off with like Vietnam War. There was this guy that was with a group of soldiers, and he seemed a little odd. He wasn't talking to nobody. He wasn't. And then when all hell broke loose, this guy runs out in combat and starts murdering and killing every single body. But then he comes back, his skin is ripped off his face, and it turns out it's a robot. It's some type of government robot, but it's a very intelligent robot, very smart, and he's becomes part of the group. But then at the end, it turns out that this thing has to realize that this war is not a winning battle, and he decides to flee. Then it moves on to other issues, to Far Future, where Buddy, which is the main character, which was part of that Vietnam War. He retired. He was a comic book writer, not comic book, but comics in the papers, like little comic strips. Yeah, he wrote stories, and it was called Junkyard Joe. So I guess he had remembrance. He made stories of it, and he was very famous for his comics. And I believe that was like supposed to take place in the 90s, I want to say. And he retired, and this family moves in next door to him. Somebody recognizes who he is because he's like, oh, he's a famous writer, and his daughter is a inspired artist, and he wants his daughter to get tips from him. But not Junkyard, well, I don't, Buddy, he doesn't want nothing to do with nobody. He's kind of keep to himself. He lost his wife. He's very down. But anyways, this robot somehow gets back in his life and appears at his door, and all this other stuff happens. And we're going to leave it at that. All right. So that's a very good read, though. I like that comic. The next one is American Jesus. This is another, this is by Image Comics as well. This is another disturbing book, but it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's because I read some pretty crazy, wild books. This one is probably bothers someone that's even called American Jesus. But this is what it's called. This is going to be issue 3 right here. I've read, and this is Revelation because there is other American Jesus. I think it came out years ago. I can't think of what it's called. But this is American Jesus Revelation series. And pretty much what happens is this guy pretty much sells his soul. It's about this guy selling his soul to the devil. He's a president. They hook him up with this lady because he needs to look good. He needs to have a woman. He has kids. But it's really about becoming so powerful you can mind control and control the people and make them do this, make them like, it references a lot of stuff that goes on in real life. And this guy does, so and then he gets to this point where, because he's doing all these sacrifices and makes his new wife do like this sacrifice thing, but it gets to the point where he kind of starts feeling like he's not right, and he goes and secretly meets up with his dad, and his dad is like a priest, and he confesses to him. I don't know, it's going in all kind of directions. I'm not sure where this is going to go in issue 3, but it's still a good read. But it's wild too. It's deep. It's very deep. It's the storytelling of this is you just have to read it to understand where I'm coming from with this. But yeah, so I'm going to be reading that later in the next few days. And the last one is going to be Hell to Pay. Hell to Pay. No, that's not the last one. I'm wrong. Hell to Pay is another one by Image Comics. Hell to Pay is about these 2 individuals. They're like a couple, and they had something happen to them very destructive. I know one was missing legs and all kinds of stuff, but they got a second chance, and they got a second chance by these. I guess there's a reason why it's called Hell to Pay. I guess they're like devils or Satanims or something. There's some type of something. There's some type of god. Evil gods or so, I don't know. They gave them a second chance. They gave their bodies back together. So basically they tell them, you got to work for us. You got to go collect all these coins. And if you don't do that, you're going to go back to where you was, or we're going to just go ahead and kill you. So they do that. They swear they count. I think it was like 101. I want to say coins, and they got it. But the problem was once they received that 101, somebody else had another one. That's when they realized there's more. So they went to turn them in, and they thought their job was done. They was like, no, you're not. You just pretty much revealed that there's more. And our contract says that you have to get all of them. So no, you are not free. You're not free until you collect up all these damn coins. So they got to go different places around the world and track people down, like rich people, evil people, different type of people. And do some dirty business and collect these things up. And yeah, it's a good book though. I'm not sure it's for everybody, but I like it. It was definitely like a very risky read for me because I didn't know nothing about it when I first bought it and got it, and I stuck with the series. And now we're running into issue 3, and we're going to keep going. All right, so the last one that I'm going to be reading is one that's very just out there, just kind of thrown out there. It is going to be Darkwing Duck from Disney, but this is a Dynamite comic. It caught me off guard when I saw it in the shop. Darkwing Duck issue 1. Darkwing Duck is a animated cartoon series that I used to watch as a kid. And it used to, I want to say it came on Saturday night, Saturday evenings. And it is kind of part of that same universe with I want to say like Donald Duck and Launchpad and all them other people. Like there's in Huey and Dewey. I think there's a connection, but anyways, it's still its own standalone uh whatever. But it's something I used to watch it now. I don't know what to expect out of this book. But I love the cover, I love the graphics of it. What am I doing reading the Darkwing Duck comic book? I have no idea. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm actually shocked that when I got back in the comics, there's a lot more comic books than I thought. Like far as like this is from Dynamite Comics. But if I go to IDW, pretty much all of my childhood cartoons are the IDW. IDW has pretty much all of them. I mean, except for well, the other ones I just know about, like My Little Pony. That's nothing that I watched as a kid. It's like, but it was a cartoon I saw that existed when I was a kid. But there's comic books of that. There's Transformers, GI Joe, and so on. But Ninja Turtles, it just goes on. But this is from Dynamite, so it kind of caught me off guard. Dynamite also has another interesting one. I think it's Double 007. I did not order that, so but I saw a few more over there that was kind of interesting. So I'm going to end this one with that. But I will be starting some new issue ones. If you know of any upcoming issue ones or any that I have not started reading in the past few weeks that came out the last month, let me know. I'm going to start some new series and start reading some other books. There's a couple one shots that I still haven't read. And the one that I still haven't read is literally right here. I don't know why. This came out a few weeks ago. This is called Swamp Thing Green Hell. This is a big book. It's called Book 1. I'm going to read this. Definitely going to do a review on this. And I'm definitely going to do a review on the Darkwing Duck series because it's new and it's something I never read before. And I'll let you know if it's good. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. I will see you on the next video.